Welcome to the Mongoose Baby Python Show. I'm Mongoose.
I'm Baby Python.
And today we're going to talk about the upcoming pay-per-view UFC 251. But before that, we're going to introduce ourselves a little bit because we didn't do that last episode.
Oh yeah.
So, me, I love martial arts. I wrestled, did a little bit of karate, trained. Wrestled, same wrestling team. I did wrestle. Yeah, okay.
You could.
Yeah, I wrestled.
I didn't throw you off. You go.
Oh, you good, man. You did throw me off a little bit.
Your show, man.
Tripping, man.
My bad,
I'm tripping over here, stuttering and shit.
My bad, bro.
Anyway, I trained MMA for a little bit. My whole life, I love martial arts. I got family members that are martial artists. I grew up watching martial arts movies, kung fu movies. Grew up watching Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Van Damme, Chuck Norris, all them, Tony Jaa, all that shit. I grew up watching all that stuff. You know, then I grew up watching just. I love martial arts. I like the traditional martial arts. Then when I grew up and discovered, as I got older, I discovered mixed martial arts, and I love it. It was a smooth sailing from there. You know.
I like that.
And you, yeah.
That's what's up, bro. I already knew those things. This is my, this is family right here, so I knew these things about him, man. Like you said, kind of spitball off of him and tell you a little bit about myself. I was a wrestler too. I did wrestling with this guy. We was on the same wrestling team. And obviously not the WWE, talking about actual Olympic wrestling, like Henry Cejudo, one of the GOATs. Okay, I started that in 8th grade. I did Taekwondo before that, basically at like the age of 5. I love it. My favorite sport, outside of wrestling, obviously. And then I also did judo. I did judo for a small period in my time, in my life. Other than that, I'm just kind of a sports person in general. You know what I'm saying? I play sports outside, inside, whatever. Whatever sport it is, I'm trying. I play football, everything. So, but as far as fighting sports, it was just Taekwondo, wrestling, and judo. Like you said, I have the same love for Bruce Lee. He's my favorite martial artist ever. I like Tony Jaa, you know what I'm saying? Michael Jai White, Jackie Chan, Jet Li for sure. Flipping anybody that's anybody in martial arts, I love. And now I think that's why I also have a respect and a love for UFC. And there's certain fighters that I see that I'm like, they take their craft seriously. And then there's some fighters just like, oh, you just want kind of a paycheck. Like you think you just got hands, but
right.
you really just in here trying to.
Who's your favorite MMA fighter?
Now that kind of changes. But I will say the GOAT of all time, Anderson Silva.
The GOAT of all time?
Yes.
I mean, I would agree with you, but at the same time, I can debate with that.
I can too.
I feel like I say GSP.
Really?
My opinion. My favorite, and I feel like it's the best.
Nah. I like him. I like what he does. I like his style. I like his whole, you know what I'm saying? He's French Canadian, whatever. And he's good. He's a good fighter, and he has a nice little back kick. But Anderson Silva knows how to maneuver. Like, you know what I'm saying? He maneuvers, gets those movements, head movement, and then he'll kind of play with you a little bit, and then pow, and then like that famous up kick.
I feel you.
That front snap kick.
That front
People ain't
kick.
used to that. That's a Taekwondo kick, man.
I feel like you're playing George a little bit. You just say, oh, he got that nice little back kick. Nah, man. Come on. Playing the skills, man.
Yeah, nah, he
playing the skills.
I ain't lying.
But when he didn't even wrestle before he got into MMA.
Who? GSP?
Yeah, he didn't wrestle before he got into MMA. You see how dominant he is.
As a striker?
Yeah, not just a striker, but as a wrestler.
True.
He has great takedowns. He dominates people on top.
Here's the thing.
Bro,
Anderson Silva has BJJ. You know what I'm saying?
I understand it's BJJ.
And
I understand.
That is lethal. He'll choke you out just from the bottom. Come on.
Anderson Silva, like if Anderson Silva he hated fighting wrestlers.
True.
Hated fighting wrestlers. You remember that fight with him and Chael Sonnen? Even though he won, that's an old ass fight.
Yeah.
Even though he won that fight. Yeah, Chael Sonnen dominated that fight. Then ended up.
No. Anderson Silva dominated the fight.
You thinking of the second fight? The first fight, Chael Sonnen dominated him.
All he did was
he had him on the top, ground and pound him for 5 rounds straight. Then Silva did the triangle choke on him out of nowhere.
But
it was, you know what I'm saying?
That's a rope-a-dope. That's a Muhammad Ali move. It's just on the ground. What can you say? It's on the ground. Look, he waited. Like, it wasn't like Anderson Silva was any real trouble. Because really, all Chael Sonnen was doing was wrestling him. Like, we was basically
Right.
watching a wrestling match. He never really threw too many, like, elbows. He may have tried to sneak something in, but still was a block.
My-
Moving,
my
breathing,
personal
and moving my
opinion-
man's out the way.
I feel what you're saying, but I feel like GSP has faced more adversity. I feel like he's faced more adversity, man, than Silva, man.
Maybe, but Silva knew how to maneuver, so he didn't have to face that much adversity.
And Silva along the way kind of got, he was feeling himself too much.
He
Got a little cocky.
that is one thing I will say. Even though I love Anderson Silva, that's one thing that killed me about him in his early days. He seemed it pretty cocky. Even though he could back it up to the fullest, he was a pretty cocky fighter. And I don't necessarily like cocky fighters all the time. If he could back it up, cool. But also I feel like I said, with my man's Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor was the type of cocky fighter that was cocky. He could back it up, but then when you seen him like outside, like in a normal interview, he was chilling. Whereas Anderson Silva, I ain't gonna lie, even though he doesn't really speak that much great English, but he still kind of had this like, I'll beat your ass, which ain't bad, but it was like a cockiness, like. But when he got older, he had more like, you know what I'm saying, respect, and was like, he really had that sense of like, yeah, I can beat your ass, but I'm just a family man at the end of the day.
Silva type of dude, he whoop your ass and invite you to barbecue the next day.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's more recently. Back in the day, he'd invite you just to kind of more like, almost low key embarrass you.
He did that with
without
Chael though.
embarrassing you.
He did that with Chael, that second fight they had.
True. But I think they also had that history. Because Chael Sonnen was a straight shit talker anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, of course you're going to invite this man to kind of embarrass him or do whatever. So, yeah, that's just a little bit about myself. I know we kind of went off on a...
Yeah, we kind of went off,
on a tangent there, but
yeah.
ain't no biggie. Let's get down to it. You said it's 251. First of all, before we even get into 251, let's give respect to Khabib's father, who just passed away from the coronavirus. So please, people, mask up. Get that thing together. Don't let yourself, you know what I'm saying, be vulnerable to this.
I know we don't. I know he's saying that, but we don't got our masks on.
Yeah, we don't. But we're in the studio. You feel me? We're here. We're talking. We don't need a mask. Anyway, what was his father's name? I can't even pronounce it. Abdullah. Let me see. Abdul Manab Nurmagomedov. Abdul Kanab Nurmagomedov. All right. So he's a very great guy. I just couldn't pronounce his name.
You mean Nurmagomedov?
Yeah.
That's his last name. Nurmagomedov. That's how you say that.
He said it better than me. He had me out here looking stupid. So that's just mad respect to him, man. Shout out to Khabib. Sorry for your loss.
Right.
I will say one of the coolest things is that they actually took his native village and put it in his name and his honor.
Right.
So like I think that's pretty sweet right there.
Yeah.
What more can you ask for? You feel me?
Right.
Your son's a champion. You're doing great in the UFC. You got the money. You know y'all come from like a poor area. You feel me?
And you know the way you raised Khabib, and you know you can tell he's a good guy, good father.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he done a lot. Yeah.
Mess with it. What was the?
Oh yeah, I saw something about the knockout of the year.
Let's get into
You
that.
see that?
Let's get into that.
The nominees
So,
for knockout of the year.
Who do you think? First of all, let's just see. Who do you think?
Okay. First, I'm gonna say First, I'm gonna say the nominees though. Anthony Pettis versus Stephen Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
When he knocked out Stephen Thompson with the Superman punch.
You knocked out Stephen Thompson with a Superman punch?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, nobody saw that coming.
Nobody saw
Because one little boy, the way he was fighting him, I felt like he was just too good for Pettis, man. Pettis, like he kind of backed Pettis in the corner, but then Pettis surprised everybody with that Superman punch.
This fight. No.
Oh yeah, man, I saw that fight. That was live. That was live, and
gracious.
I like that one. But then there's another one, Cody Garbrandt versus Rafael Assunção.
I did see that one.
I didn't see that one. You saw that one?
This man went like, it was like a real street fight. He was on the cage, you know what I'm saying, throwing hands. Rafael threw them hands. He just went straight right hook.
He ducked that hook and hit him with a hook?
Smacked him. And I think Rafael went like this. Comatose, literally. Straight arm, fell out. He rocked that man.
Damn.
That thing was sweet.
I think I seen a highlight of that, but he got nothing but knockouts in his highlights.
Hey, but that right there was cold. Low key, I might put that up there as number one because that was It was sweet.
Now, okay.
And you know how the UFC be like showing the little highlights and they slow it down. When they slow it down, you be like, damn.
Now, what about this one? Nobody saw coming, bro. Douglas Lima fighting Michael Venom Page, bro. Bruh, you ain't see that?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God, man.
What happened?
If I can remember correctly, because I remember Douglas Lima hitting him with a, I want to say it was a uppercut.
Uppercut?
I can't remember. Fuck. It's been a while. That happened last year.
Yeah.
But I know Michael Venom Page, if I remember correctly, I should have watched this. I should have watched it again. From what I remember, he made a bad move. He overextended. Okay. Then, okay, I think I remember now. Venom Page, I believe, threw a kick.
Mm-hmm.
Douglas Lima low kicked Venom Page. Then he slipped. He slipped. He tried to get back up. Douglas Lima uppercut the shit out of him. Like his hand was a golf club, bro. It was horrible, man. It was horrible. I saw this Photoshop video.
Yeah.
When they made it look like it was Thor's hammer. Douglas Lima hit him with. Oh, that's horrible. They could have did that.
Yeah.
Man, bro, you know why that was so impressive though? Venom Page was undefeated before then.
Really?
He would embarrass. I mean, embarrassed. Literally embarrassed. Nah, he in the Bellator.
Okay. Gotcha.
He embarrasses. I mean, literally embarrassed. I say that a lot, but he literally would fuck around and mess with his opponents. Joke with them, make fun of them in the middle of the ring, dance and all that shit. Man, I'm like, this dude is a badass. This dude is good. But nobody saw that him get knocked out. Nobody saw that coming. I remember sitting there watching that with my chick at the time. I was like, I was like, what? I was mad as hell because I wanted him to win.
Yeah.
Venom Page is my boy. I know he was cocky and stuff. Like people didn't like that about him. But sometimes I'm like, some fighters are just so good. Let him be cocky. Let him be cocky. You know what I'm saying? He kind of deserves it. He deserves it. Whooping ass. He's great at what he does. Let him be cocky a little bit. You feel me? I know some people say, they need to be humble, blah blah blah. But it's like most of the people that be acting like that really motherfuckers that don't do shit.
They don't really fight.
Right? You know
they
what I'm saying?
Just kind of move around the ring.
Well, not even just that, but just,
let me not get into Usman.
Then Sean O'Malley
and Eddie Wyland.
Did you watch that one?
I didn't.
I'm so mad I didn't watch that.
I seen Jorge's, but I didn't see. I seen Jorge's and Cody's. Them was the only two I seen.
I know people gonna be mad at us. Oh, you should have watched that knockout. How can you talk about it?
Well, we don't skip that.
Bad.
I didn't see that one.
All bad.
I did see Jorge and Ben.
Yes.
And that was a
Wasn't you with me in that day?
Probably.
You was here.
So.
I think you was here.
I believe so.
Him, Ben Askren.
That was quick.
He did that. 6 seconds?
Ben Askren is not a fighter. He's a wrestler. I'm trying to tell people that. He's a wrestler, man. He doesn't...
I feel you.
I don't know why he's in the UFC. I don't understand what his get-up is, what people's get-up is with him being, like, in the UFC. Everybody's so hyped about his hair. Like, he's a freaking wrestler, my guy. Like, you can't go from wrestling and come in the UFC and think, I'm just going to wrestle everybody. Your name is not Chael Sonnen, and Chael Sonnen had more moves than just wrestling. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying.
Your name is not Henry Cejudo. You never won an Olympic
And remember, he was traded. He was traded. Ben Askren was traded for Demetrius Johnson.
That's terrible.
You remember that? That's a horrible trade.
You told me that, but that's terrible. And I remember seeing that, but I was like, that's terrible.
Ben Askren, okay, he was good on the other promotions he was in. The UFC is a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying? And he was undefeated. But he was, in a way, because the people that just watched UFC, when they see Ben Askren, he's really, to them, like kind of an untested fighter. Like, he comes, like, remember that first fight with him and Robbie Lawler was a bad impression.
It was a bad impression because Robbie Lawler should have won. And Robbie was whooping him low-key. You feel what I'm saying? He got lucky with that fight.
That was a fluke. That was a fluke.
It was a. I just got to the UFC. What do you call that? What do you call that when you win something for the first time? Beginner's luck is the word I'm looking for. Beginner's luck is what he had, and that told you everything you need to know about him.
He was getting teed off. He had no hands.
Teed off. Man, it was like, bro, like you're a wrestler, my guy. You just. It just didn't translate to me. So
it's like he didn't. It's like he ain't do no. Cause him and Tyron really boys.
Yeah, bro.
I think they trained cause they both had a fight on that card. Cause Willie was fighting Usman on that card. He was fighting. That's weird, ain't it?
It is.
That's weird, ain't it? Cause Willie was fighting Usman on that card. Usman whooped his ass.
Yeah, he did.
Masvidal whooped Ben Askren's ass. Now Masvidal and Usman are fighting this weekend. That's funny as hell. But yeah, like I was saying,
kind of makes sense though.
Kind of makes sense. But I was gonna say, why wasn't Ben Askren training and striking with Woodley? Because from the highlights I saw, them building up, them training stuff, videos I saw they was only wrestling each other.
He's a wrestler.
They was only wrestling.
He's a wrestler.
It was like, hey Ben, hey Ben, let's box a little bit. Oh no, that's cool. I already had wrestling practice, you know. I'm good.
I'm good to go.
I'm good. That's jiu-jitsu.
But that's what I'm saying.
I wrestle.
He said I just wrestle.
That's kickbox, man. It's some pad work. I already went live a few times, you know. Everything's great.
There you know what live is. Went live is when you like basically wrestle like a full match. But,
right. Like it's like a sparring match but wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing I'm saying though, bro. Like he's such a wrestler that you had a phenomenal striker in front of you and somebody that could really teach you how to like stand and bang, which Tyron Woodley could have, right? And I mean, I don't know. It's been less weight or more weight?
No, they're the same weight class.
Same weight class. Well, that's even worse to me because honestly it is because now you have a legit training partner or somebody who can at least, if y'all boys, he can show you some moves. You feel me? He knows you have a wrestling background. You come from Penn State. Shout out to Penn State. Ruth, if y'all know what I'm talking about anyway. Just like that though, bro. Like if he knows he has his wrestling background, Tyron should step up. Or I'm sure he tried. Like you just told us though. Ben was like, "Oh no, I'm good. I just want to live." I did. But it's like, bro, he just had this opportunity that he failed to take. And to me, he's one of those people that's just looking for a paycheck. He had the hype, so yeah, he got paid good to get in there and get his ass whooped.
But he did retire after that.
Because he got his ass whooped. He had like, what, 3 fights in the UFC?
It was 2. I don't think he should have quit, though. I don't think he should have quit. Because he was 18, and after that fight, I think he was like 18-1.
It don't matter, bro. He got into the bigger stage, the real stage, that everybody's trying to get to, and fucks up. Literally. And then you decide to retire. Didn't even get a belt around your waist. You just saw him retire. Which, let me take some of everything I was just saying back. In the sense of, I'm only taking some of it back because I give him props for being a dad, being a little bit older, and deciding to, you know what I'm saying, finally make it to the UFC after doing all this wrestling and stuff like that. It kind of makes you respect him in a sense, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to say that he just wanted a paycheck, at the end of the day, so what? At the end of the day, so what? But as a fighter and the people that really love the UFC, you get to the big stage and you fuck up. I'm glad he retired, honestly.
But yeah, enough for him though.
Yeah. So basically,
who you think deserves a knockout of the year?
Cody.
I'll say Douglas Lima.
You think so?
Douglas Lima. I feel like that caught people off guard the most. I know most people would say Jorge Masvidal, but
no. But it's just like a quick.
But then people gonna say it is. We can say it should be because it was fast, and you know.
To me, that ain't got nothing to do with it.
It was real quick,
clean, nice knockout. And
I say Douglas Lima. Go back and watch that fight. Douglas Lima and Michael Venom Page, bro.
And watch Rafael and Cody.
Okay, I will.
I'm telling you, Cody, like that makes fight of the year to me or knockout of the year because that's what people want to see. like niggas standing and banging.
Right.
And Cody just boom, bang. Like Cody was throwing straight jabs, hooks and stuff like that, right? They were just kind of throwing. And then what's his name? Raphael went swoop. He said, You should have saw the look in his face too. It was like a nigga. Dude's arms went straight out. Like it was crazy. It was ridiculous. Like, and he's white though. But I'm going to say he was like nigga. Nah, it was cold though. For real, man. You gotta see that, bro. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna check it out.
He might actually have that, honestly.
Now, man, what shocked everybody was cause you know Usman was supposed to fight
Ooh.
Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
Gilbert Burns
Let's talk about that.
COVID-19.
Coronavirus.
How you gonna say it like it's
COVID-19.
We gonna say it like that from now on.
Yeah.
COVID-19. I can't do it like you. I'm gonna let you handle that. But you're right though. That not to really go back to this because we did honor this man just now. But Khabib's father had COVID.
Right.
So that's a serious thing.
Yeah, it
so
is serious.
With what is his name? Kobe? Not Kobe.
No.
Covington. What's his name?
Kobe. No.
What the heck is his name?
No, you talking about Gilbert Burns?
Gilbert. I couldn't think of his name for some reason. I don't know why. But Gilbert. For Gilbert to get it, it's something serious to look out for.
Yeah, that's true. So we hope he gets better for real.
Yeah, we hope he get better. But and it's kind of sad. I think he will recover, but like, it's just ridiculous. Like I don't know how he caught it. It's just kind of scary. Luckily, they had somebody to replace him who stepped up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not even a little bit, but he stepped up. He stepped up for sure. But it's like him, Usman. Before we go into Mazadov stepping in, Usman and Gilbert had that like intensity, like, and I don't like Gilbert because he constantly wears this "Make America Great Again" fucking cap.
No, that's Kobe Covington, bro.
No,
you're getting them mixed up.
Am I?
Yes.
That's why I keep
Very
fucking
much.
up.
Kobe Covington was the one that got his jaw broke in a fight with Usman. I think you was there too. What the hell, man?
I was. I think I was just happy to see him get his ass. And in my brain is stuck.
Yeah,
but Gilbert,
yeah,
you're right. So I'll take that back. Excuse me, people. Anyway, Gilbert. I guess I ain't got shit to say about it.
Gilbert, powerful dude, man. I went back and watched him versus fighting Tyron.
Mm-hmm.
He pretty much dominated Tyron, but Tyron, I feel like I feel like it was a 5-round fight, 3-round fight, 4-round, I can't remember, but he was pretty much dominating Willie. It was one-sided for real. But the second round, Willie actually put some hands on him. But that first round, he hit Woody with like a 3-piece, like, if I remember correctly, he hit like jab, uppercut, hook type shit and took him down. It was terrible. He was just beating on Woody, like. But Woody was coming back in the second round a little bit. But overall, he was just a better fighter. Burns is strong. Burns used to fight 155.
Really?
He used to fight 155. He actually lost to Dan Hooker before.
Dan Hooker?
Yeah.
My boy Dan Hooker.
Yeah, but after that,
hitting Dan Hooker who didn't want to fight last fight. I was mad at that, man.
Hey man, he didn't do as bad as
I was mad at that, bro. He was just tapping the dude.
Nah.
I was
But
like,
Dan
bro,
Hooker, he did his thing in that fight. He lost, but he did his thing, But back to Burns, he moved up to 170, beefed up, stronger. He has some knockout power too. He's heavy-handed. He's strong as hell.
You talking about Usman?
No, I'm talking about Burns.
Oh, Burns. He's strong like that? Anyway, I don't have shit to say about Gilbert because I was rooting for Usman anyway.
Yeah,
I've been rooting for Usman.
It sucks that he got COVID.
Yeah.
But
sucks.
you know what's crazy though about that though?
What?
Masvidal gets his wish.
Yeah. Yeah.
He gets what he wanted. Cause remember how he said he wanted to fight for the right price for a certain price. They said UFC pretty much said fuck Masvidal. We're gonna get this fight to Burns, the low bottom. Burns gets COVID-19, then coronavirus. Whoever wants to be correct. Anyway, Masvidal swoops in, and now he's in a position to negotiate because they needed a headliner. And this is going to sell way more pay-per-views than Usman and Burns. Usman and Masvidal, they got heat between them.
Yeah.
And Masvidal now he's gonna get that pay that he wanted.
Yeah.
It's like
He's gonna get nice money.
it's like you know how they always say the MMA guys.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the MMA guys is
Yeah.
blessing this dude, man. It's like after he lost against Wonder Boy, he went away for a while and he came back and just knocked out what's your boy Darren Till.
Yeah.
Knocked out Darren Till. Knocked out Ben Askren.
Yeah.
So much hype around him. Then he beats Nate, even though people say Nate would have won that
Yeah.
fight because it was a stoppage. You know, I feel like Nate could have won that fight. But anyway,
Nate's just a goat. That's all.
anyway, Masvidal won that fight. Got the BMF, baddest motherfucker on the planet belt. Even though it's not really a real belt, but
Usman called him the best mediocre fighter. I was like, bro, he's crazy.
But now he's in a position where it's just like, boom, Burns out, I'm in. This is what I want. UFC's like, fuck, we're gonna give it to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like everything is perfectly placed in his path.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta, like you said, shout out to the UFC gods, bro.
Man.
When you putting out that good energy, it'll come back to you, as we all know, right?
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother subject, spirituality. But like, I think
Man.
I respect Jorge Masvidal because he's just a stand-up guy, low key. Like, he's talking shit about Usman, but it's really smooth. He even said, like, he said, I respect Usman. He said, I respect his hitting power, this and that and the third. He said, at the end of the day, he's a good fighter, but he has nothing on my stand-up game. So that right there tells me everything I need to know about Jorge as a person.
Right.
That tells me he respects what he's doing. He respects his craft. But at the end of the day, he ain't no bitch. You feel me? So he not about to lose this fight. So I'm still going with Usman because I like Usman. But I know this is going to be a tough fight for Usman. And Jorge might upset some people. Or not even upset some people, but he might, for the people who's rooting for Usman, he might upset us.
Okay. My opinion,
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people who kind of casuals and stuff like, Masvidal's gonna win. Masvidal, he's epic.
Yeah.
I'm like, get the fuck out
Yeah.
of here, you casuals. I say Usman's gonna win this. The only thing Masvidal has is some kind of weird supernatural blessing that's bestowed upon him. That's the only advantage he has against Usman. Take that out. Check this out, bro. Okay, I think Masvidal is a better striker than Usman. Some people may disagree. But here's the thing though. Usman is a way better wrestler. Way better grappler. He is stronger. You see, he cuts hella weight to get to 170. You see how big Usman is? You see how fucking big that guy is? How muscular he is? Now, Jorge Masvidal, check this out, bro. Jorge Masvidal. Okay. Really a 155er.
True.
Alright, now check this. When he moved up to 170. Okay, he's healthier, blah blah blah. But when he moved up to 170, the first two people I remember him fighting, Cowboy. But Cowboy's a 155er. Okay, he beat him. Okay. But check this out. I know that. But check this out. Let me go down this list real quick.
Yeah.
Then he fought Damian Maia. He survived Damian Maia. He didn't win though.
True.
He fought Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Wonderboy one-sided fight. Beat Jorge. Now, then after that, he fought Darren Till. He knocked out Darren Till. This is when the blessings start
That's
happening.
when the knockouts and the blessings from UFC gold.
He knocks out Darren Till. He knocks out Ben Askren. He beats Nate Diaz. But you know what all these fights got in common? Well, not all of them, but most of these fights got in common. When he knocked out Cerrone. Cerrone's really a 155er.
True.
Now, when he lost to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Wonderboy Thompson is a 170 fighter. When he lost to Damian Maia is a 170 fighter. You got me? Now, he beat Darren Till. Beat Darren Till. Darren Till's like a hit and miss fighter. He was up and coming, but he really hit and miss. He lose one, win one, lose one, win. Now, then he fought. Now, then when he fought for the BMF title, For Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz is really a 155er.
Hmm.
Jorge Masvidal has not been tested. Has not beat a legit 175er.
And you think he has that in Usman, is what you're saying?
Yes, Usman is a legit top tier 175. He's a damn champion. He beat Woodley convincingly. You know what I'm saying? Woodley had a title for a little bit.
Making a good point here.
And when Usman fights you, he's gonna out grapple you, outmaneuver you. He's gonna put
That's
pressure
the
on
thing.
you.
That's the thing. That's what Jorge was speaking on. He was saying,
Bro,
Usman has nothing on his striking. He says that he knows that Usman is gonna try to grapple.
I
they've
understand
already
that.
trained for that.
I understand that. Oh, they already trained for that. Here's the thing. Remember, in fact, Damian Maia, everybody was scared of Damian Maia when it comes to jiu-jitsu. This is grappling. And
He has some good grappling though.
right. And Masvidal in that fight, like I said, he survived that fight. Most of the fight, he spends just trying to escape, just trying to defend takedowns, and trying to escape holds. The whole fight. Bro, Usman ain't gonna give him no breath of air to escape. He ain't gonna, bro, I'm telling you, Jorge is too small for Usman.
Really?
Too weak.
I don't know, man.
He's not in his weight class.
I don't know. I think Usman's gonna give him a
He's
run
not
for
a
his
true
money.
150, 50,
I think he's gonna give him a
he's
run
not a
for
true
his
175, 170
He's
bro.
a skinny dude, but I think he's gonna give him a run for his money.
I don't think so. I think Usman bit a little bit more he could chew, bro.
Really?
I'm not Usman, my bad. Masvidal
Yeah, Masvidal.
has bit a little more he can chew, bro. I'm telling you that right now. I said Usman. You got Usman?
I just like Usman as a person, but I think I'm starting to kind of lean on Jorge because he's an underdog. Only because he's an underdog, man. And I like that. I like to hear that. But listen, for me personally, the fight can go either way. If whoever wins, wins. I'll be happy with it. I'm not like really picking sides on this one.
I know.
But I think now I'm kind of changing to Jorge because Jorge, I don't know, he's just, he did something that really showed me his character, and I'm like, you know what, you was an underdog too, and I know he has the power to knock this man out. Now, it may not be like stand up, if I stand there, I'm going to boom, hit you with something, knock you out type power. It'd have to be technique a knockout.
Right,
technique
I feel
knockout.
you though.
But he has that within him. And he also has that explosiveness that's
Now,
needed.
here's the thing.
If they've already if they've done what they said they've done, which is train for the wrestling and grappling, all he has to do is stuff takedowns and push him off.
He ain't gonna be able to stuff Usman takedown, bro.
You never know, bro. You'd be surprised.
He won't. Now here's the problem. I'm scared that Usman is gonna stand up and hit with Masvidal because the reason I say that because Usman barely did any takedown attempts against Kobe Covington. He hated Kobe Covington so much. He said, "I just want to knock this motherfucker out. I'm just gonna stand and box him the whole fight." And that's what they did. They just stood, stand. They did a few leg kicks, but they was boxing the whole fight. You remember that fight? Yeah. And I'm like, if he don't like Masvidal either, so he go in with that same mentality, and his brain is way off to like, I hate this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I do think he can get he gonna get knocked. I do think he can get knocked out by Masvidal.
Okay.
But if he keeps the game, if he keeps a good game plan, stays calm, focused, and does what he needs to do, it's no brainer. Usman all day. But if he lets his emotions get to him, he's fucked.
Okay.
I'm letting you know that right now.
All right. Well, if that's what you got, that's what you got. But we did kind of speak on that whole fight a little early, but it's okay because
Shit, there's 3 other good ass fights.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
You feel me?
So let's talk about some of those because I feel like the people now understand that the main event will be something to watch, right? Something to
Man,
look
it's gonna be
forward to.
awesome.
But you gotta watch the whole card,
Oh hell yeah.
and the whole card is something nice.
This
So-
is a wonderful ass card, man.
I want to save this other card this other fight who should really be the co-main event. Even though I respect the people at the co-main event. Anyway, let's just start at the bottom. So at the bottom, we'll go through this kind of quickly. Let's say the women's flyweight, right? It is Amanda Ribas and Paige Van Zyt. Who do you got?
Honestly, I don't care about that fight.
You don't?
I don't really like Paige Van Zandt. It's like she's like
Pretty
a yeah, like
Pretty
a pretty face, eye candy. It's just like
This guy.
she's just cute. She's just hot, but
Let's talk.
she's okay to me.
Okay.
I know a lot of people like you know.
Even though you don't care who you picking in.
Okay,
Just so we can go on record.
I ain't even gonna lie. Paige Van Zandt is good, but because I haven't seen the other chick fight.
Uh-huh.
But she's 901, Paige Van Zandt. I feel like she's so off doing other things. I feel like she's distracted. And I feel like just basing off the win-loss record ratio, just these two fighters, I say Amanda's gonna win.
Okay.
You know, Paige Van Zandt 8-4.
I'm gonna go right against you and go with Paige because I believe in Paige. You're right, she is a pretty face.
I believe in Paige.
But you can say the same thing about Rose. But now, since we don't really care about the flyweight fight, I'm going with Paige, you going with Amanda. On record. Women's strawweight is Jessica Andrade and Rose Namajunas.
Namajunas, bro.
Namajunas. You know what's messed up? I can't pronounce her last name for nothing. I just call her Rose. And that's my girl. I'll be honest with you. I liked her since the beginning. And I liked her more than Ronda Rousey because she came in the game. And if you watch her even just practice, she moves like a legit fighter, a legit martial artist. I was sad to see that Jessica the first time slammed her on her neck. That was kind of nasty.
Terrible, man.
I was scared.
I hated that, man. I felt bad.
I felt super bad. I looked at her back. I said, she could have broke that girl's neck. And it almost looked like it did because the spine kind of like popped out a little bit. But that's just I used to want to be a doctor, so I know the spine is actually pretty bendable. So when it popped out, it just has enough flexibility to like pop out and go back in. But it didn't really go back in. It just like went back to its normal resting spot. But she didn't bend it far enough. Like if this your spine, right, has that curve in it, it's gonna bend. It can bend like that much. But if she would have it would have snapped. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically, this is an accurate prediction. So she went like that and bent it, and it was able to go back. But if she just would have hit a little harder, that would have been some early days of UFC, which we're not gonna talk about. But that would have been something nasty. But who you got? Who you?
I got Rose.
Same.
I got Rose, bro.
I got it. I was hoping you said that.
Rose is good. Rose is good enough. Rose, I think, is the best fighter in her division.
And in the first fight, she was whooping her ass. I mean, she was throwing her hand back.
I feel like all Jessica got is
strength.
Yeah, just strength. She's just powerful. She can wrestle. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's easy to stuff her takedowns. It's easy to take down a fence against her. It's easy. Moana showed the blueprint of that too.
I hate to go back to this, but you were saying Jorge would be able to stuff Usman's takedown, which I get it. You know, men are a little different, but that goes to Jessica and Rose. If Rose can stuff Jessica's takedown, because Jessica's she got more muscle than I got. I ain't gonna lie to you, right? The girl got some muscle on her. Rose is kind of skinny. She like one of them just skinny girls that you wouldn't expect to beat your ass, and she'll fuck your shit up, right? But the thing is, if she can stuff her takedowns, you know as well as I know. I really want to go back to this when we said it, but you know as well as I know. No matter how big or small you are, you can stuff somebody's takedown. That's been proven time and time. We both wrestle, and I used to wrestle heavier weights. You know, when we switch partners and stuff. I can stuff like anybody that's bigger than me's takedown. That don't mean like in a UFC fight I'd be able to like stuff it and control it, dominate the body.
Bad. Hold that thought, bro. You made me think of this. It was so funny.
Go ahead.
Remember back that it was our freshman year. Remember that you wrestled. You showed up to the mat against that one kid. Remember, you was slow as hell back then. You was slow as hell. Back then. You walking on the mat, that kid walking on the mat saw you and said, I quit.
Didn't even wrestle. That was some stuff.
Everybody was like, what happened?
We just walked back to the stands. Everybody's like, the whole team was like, what happened? My coach and myself, we was like, He just walked off. We were like,
walked off.
We were like, what? The whole team was like, what? We were like, we don't know. He just walked off. We got down there. I took off everything, was ready to go. Like, granted, I was like more lean and bigger because cutting all that weight and stuff, and just being in high school, being smaller. So I looked at Rip, and like, we get down there, we get ready to go, and we get ready to go. And next thing I know, I see him like, he looked, and then he just tells his coach he didn't want to wrestle. I don't know what happened. Like, it was the craziest thing. He didn't want to wrestle me. It was ridiculous. So it was a quick little win. We just walked back. Everybody was like, that was ridiculous.
I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah,
because that was funny as hell.
That story stuck with me to this day. Even now that you bring it up, but yeah, so you know you can stop people's takedowns. Right. Now, like I said, that don't mean that if I was in the UFC or fight anybody or wrestle anybody that's bigger than me, that I can stuff the takedown and control the bottom. I could probably get the 2. That was it though. Right. I get the 2, get the back, get up. I'm gonna try to stuff your takedown again or wait for you to stoppage, right? But anybody can do that. So, and that's even proven with Gracie, how they do BJJ. You know what I'm saying? They can stuff the big man's takedown, especially the early Gracie. So, point being, I do think that Rose definitely has this fight in the bag. And she's come back with a vengeance. She has striking power. She has kicking power. Excuse me, I'm kind of sick. I know I keep all of that, but she got that. Basically, long story short, she got that to me. Now, like I said, I wanted to save the bantamweight title bout because we got to talk about that the same way we talked about the main event. Right. We got to talk about that because I know me and him both have sides on this. So now the co-main event, which is Alexander, how do you say his last name?
Volkanovski.
And Max Holloway. Who do you got?
I want to say Max Holloway.
I do too.
I feel like Max Holloway learned.
I can't even go against you on this.
I feel like Max Holloway learned enough from the first fight. Learned enough for the first fight. I feel like it was. Okay, Volkanovski won that fair and square first fight, but it was close. Mm-hmm. Me personally, I feel like it's close. I think what separated Volkanovski from Max Holloway that fight, what distinguished him more in that fight was the leg kicks. He was hit. I noticed during the fight when he kept throwing hella leg kicks and Max, and he checked not one leg kick. I'm like, why ain't he checking this shit? I'm watching. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm gonna fuck your leg up, bro. Yeah. But then he kept pressure on Max too. He kept a lot of pressure on Max. But then it was funny. I was watching the countdown. Show Max talking. Max was saying he was rewatching the fight. Max was saying I mean, you know how fighters talk. Max he said none of those kicks was hurting. he said you keep hearing all these judges talking and shit, and he said all I'm hearing is point fighting. You know what I'm saying? He said I'm hearing point. He said he really didn't. The kicks really didn't hurt him that much. Yeah. But of course he gonna say that. Yeah. But my opinion, I think him rewatching that, he's gonna understand that he didn't check any of those kicks. Mm-hmm. And another thing, I feel like he's gonna go for the knockout. Okay. I think he's gonna go. Max gonna go for a knockout.
Yeah, I believe that too. I believe Max has as we spoke about last show, he has a demon in this man. Like, he's a very nice guy outside of that. Like, I just watched him too, and he was training, and he was just talking about training and how COVID kind of messed that up. And he was very lighthearted, laughing, joking, kicking it, you know what I'm saying? Right. And a real stand-up guy, like, I kick it with him in Hawaii, wherever, for low-key. He was like, Max, if you ever trying to hook up, bro, hit me up, man. I'm trying to hang you. You know what I mean? But, like, nah, he that smooth, though. He that cool and that smooth. Right. But when he stepped into that ring, it's a whole nother story. Eyes go off. This nigga, you know what I'm saying? I think he cold with it. So I think, honestly, when Max steps into that ring, he's going to, and especially with COVID happening, he has that hunger to really put on a show because there's nobody else around. So he's basically saying he's used to that. I feel like he's used to that. Hawaiians are fucking crazy people. He's used to that. Them Hawaiians, they'd be like, they old school. They'd say, meet me in the parking lot at 6 o'clock. Nigga, lights on, cars lined up. Fight me, nigga, right here. He used to that. So I feel like it's going to put on a show for him that's really going to open him up like Super Saiyan style.
But Volkanovski got a secret weapon. I don't know if you saw that in that video. You know how they be kicking trees up in Thailand?
Yeah, he talked about that in the video.
Now,
He talked about that in the video.
his coach made something for Volkanovski to kick.
And the plaster was falling off.
Right. Well, yeah. Was it falling off?
Yeah, that's what Max is saying. He said shit was real. Like, that's what I'm saying. Max is such a stand-up guy. He was like, I can't even front you. Like,
Volkanovski.
they was doing some movie shit.
When he was kicking it. But here's the thing. This is weird. Like, the guy can kick it, but it improves his kicking power,
Mm-hmm.
but it reduces the pain. Reduces his pain when he kicks it. So it's like, so he gonna go into this fight having phenomenal ass kicking power.
That's an old technique. That's an old technique. Muay Thai fighters.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I think that might at the same time might be a downside to
Niggas
Volkanovski
legs
at the same
becoming jello
time.
low key.
Not that his legs would be jello, but I feel like Max Holloway sees that game plan coming a mile away.
Yeah, he does. That's why he talked about it. He said that video was nice, but it was like a movie thing. Like we watching fucking Rocky, and he going who kick it. Shit's falling off the wall. Like, what the fuck is your name? Rocky?
Kickboxing, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
One Piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's just what Max is already anticipating, like you said. So Max hasn't gone there and played no games. He's coming out old school, ready to beat this man's ass. So I'm not really worried about that fight. I think Max has that in the bag. I think Alexander will put up a decent fight. Alexander sounds Russian. I think he is Russian, right? So I think Max is gonna put up a fight. Now let's talk about the fight I'm most anticipating, because this is my boy. Like, been my boy since back in the day. One of my favorite fighters ever. Low key, it should be the co-main event, or could have been the main event to me. But anyway, so them last 3 fights are geared strong. Jose Aldo and Peter Yan.
Ooh.
What you think?
Oh, this gonna be. It's either gonna be a knockout tonight or fighter tonight.
Uh-huh.
I got Peter Yan.
Okay.
I say that because this dude is. This gonna sound cliche as fuck, but he's a young, hungry motherfucker. All right.
Okay.
He's young, hungry. Bruh, you see his fight with Uriah Faber?
I did actually. Yes, I did.
Oh
I did
my
actually.
god, he
That was a
tore
monster
Uriah
so fight. I ain't
Faber
gonna lie to you.
up.
He did tear him up.
But then I saw his fight
That's why
before
Uriah
that.
would be a goat.
That dude is striking because he went down to Tiger Muay Thai,
Mm-hmm.
Thailand, and
That's
trained. And his striking is superb. Even before that, I believe he said he trained as a kid, Taekwondo, and I forgot what else he said. But that explains a lot about his phenomenal striking. Like where the average person, I shouldn't even say the average, let's say the average fighter won't see openings. He will see openings. He will create openings. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't lie to you.
He will fight. He will
give away the secrets to the martial
he would
arts.
stand up and
I
fight
understand.
you, right? He would stand up and fight you. You think you got a chance? Then that's when he goes. That's when he goes Super Saiyan, bro. That's when it's like, ha, this isn't even my final form.
Also some Vegeta, Frieza and Goku.
Right.
Final form.
That's how he be, bro. Cause then you see his face.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, you ain't even fight the beast yet.
Yeah.
And then he goes ahead and fucks you up.
So
It's like he's deadly. He's too deadly. Now Jose Aldo, this is how you okay? You tell me what you think about
Speak on it.
Jose Aldo. Yes, he's good. He's one of the greatest featherweights of all time. I ain't
True.
lying. He's aggressive. He's intense. He's powerful. He's great.
Mm-hmm.
But what I've noticed, okay, before I say that, he's really 145. I know I'll be going through weight cut shit. He moved down to 135 for this fight. I know he moved down from 135 against a fight against Marlon Morales. He lost in that fight, but
By decision.
by decision, yes. But a lot of people
And
say,
everybody said he won.
right.
Even
A lot of
Dana
people,
White
yeah.
said
Everybody says he won that fight. Not gonna lie.
the president said he won.
And it's crazy how he gets a title shot.
And the president asked everybody in the audience, did he win?
Right,
They said
right,
yes.
right. I understand that.
It's them 2 lame ass judges.
But at the same time, I feel like, okay, that might be an actual advantage because now he's coming off of a loss. Now he has a chance to fight for the title, and he might be even hungrier.
I'm gonna take it from here. Jose Aldo
I know Jose, your boy.
No,
You love
Jose
Jose,
Aldo
bro.
is the GOAT, okay? Let's talk about that. Featherweight, phenomenal, right?
Right.
Everybody says he's one of the featherweights pound for pound fighter, featherweight fighter. He's the GOAT in featherweight division, right? So if he was up there with Max and Alexander, he'd be whooping ass still. But he even said that featherweight 145 was a little big for him. He was basically gaining weight, or at least trying to maintain a heavier weight than what he really was. So 135, now you're taking away some of this weight. Now you're adding speed, and we all know with speed comes strength. You know what I'm saying? So this man has pluses all down the path. You jump down a weight, that's your natural weight. So now you got speed and strength. Plus you're coming off that loss, which was a decision loss,
Right.
that you really won, right? So now you're even more hungry, and you're fighting for the title. You know what I'm saying? So he's really trying to take that title, prove that he really won that last fight. It wasn't like everybody just saying, oh, because he's the GOAT, he should have won. He should have won, right? And then let's talk about Jose Aldo's past. This man's leg kicks is something lethal. When he fought, I forget the dude's name, but all I can say is I see punch, leg kick, back to back. And dude was like, his leg was coming up from under him. As he's kicking his leg, he had this whole man's strategy pegged. He boom, boom, several times. Who does the technique 2 or 3 times in a row and actually gets away with it? It's more like you may try it and they kind of like dodge a couple of them and you get that one good one. He got all 3 of those in. And dude was like, his leg would lift up every single time and his face is going back. Won that fight. Let's talk about how when he was fighting, I forget the guy. He's a good fighter anyway. Point is, he gets up from the takedown. As he's getting up, this is how he thinks. This is how lethal he thinks. He doesn't waste a minute. As they teach you in wrestling, they said don't waste a minute because you're not punching nobody, so you can grab him right away. When he got up, he turns around, knees the man dead in the face, and dude goes out. Won the fight.
I forgot who that was.
I forgot who that was too, but it's one of his famous fights, right? But he never stops fighting. Basically, my only get up with Jose Aldo, only get up, is that he has to learn to stand and strike. He goes in there with a street fighter's mentality, which isn't bad because he wins, and he knows how to strike. He has better. If you saw him on the street, he would never be beat.
Oh, right.
Right now in the UFC, he needs to add that level of, like Peter Yan does. That's the only credit I'm giving to Peter Yan. Peter Yan kind of eyes where he's gonna hit you at. You know what I'm saying? He has the accuracy basically. He has accuracy. Not saying that Jose Aldo doesn't, but Jose Aldo doesn't think like that. He just thinks I'm constantly gonna come at you. The only accuracy he really has is leg kicks, but the leg kicks are something lethal. The same way Alexander was kicking that thing and making Plaster fall, he's gonna kick your leg and break that shit.
But check this out, bro.
And he can stop
Jose,
and he has a phenomenal
this
ground.
nobody talks about. Nobody talks about this.
And we gotta
Jose, his biggest weakness is his mental.
okay.
I don't know if you notice this. Whenever nobody fucks with him mentally, he's perfect. Conor McGregor was the first one to fuck with him mentally. He fucked with him for a damn near year.
Mm-hmm.
When it got to the fight, Jose wanted to do nothing but kill Conor. He went to that fight,
That's what I mean.
got clean knockout, like
what I mean.
12, 13 seconds.
That was perfect.
When Jose fought Max Holloway, right? Remember that fight? It was a good fight. It was a good ass fight. They was going toe-to-toe with each other. But it was the second or third round. I think it was third round. Holloway started fucking with Jose. He started taunting him in the middle of the fight. Jose, when you taunt Jose and you fuck with Jose, he starts questioning himself. He gets emotional and everything goes out the fucking window. You feel me? Fucking Max did that twice. Fuck with him. If you remember, I can't remember what taunts he did, but he was fucking with him in the fight. I forgot what he did, but he was fucking with him in the fight. And then threw Jose's game plan right out the window. And like he TKO'd like Jose like twice.
Alright.
Then, but check this out, bro. Peter Yan.
Featherweight.
Right? But Peter Yan,
The end of his career.
when he fight Peter Yan is gonna fuck with him once he gets to his final form, bro. Once he gets to his final form, as soon as Jose sees Peter Yan's final form, Jose gonna be like, oh shit. He gonna get all scared, emotional. Oh shit, Peter Yan. Yeah, I got this motherfucker. He gonna knock his ass out, TKO him. That's what's gonna happen. He gonna TKO Jose, in the third round.
No, you're not.
Third round.
No.
I'm telling you right now. Third round TK on Jose. He's gonna look. He's gonna go toe to toe with Jose. Play defense a little bit. He gonna test Jose out a little bit. Second round, he gonna hit Jose a little bit more. But then at the end of that second round, he's gonna fuck with Jose. And Jose gonna start doubting himself. He's gonna start getting emotional. That third round, he's gonna leave us up open. I'm telling you, he gonna try to hit him with an overhand right, or he gonna come in recklessly and he's getting clean, knocked out. He gonna get knocked out, bro. He gonna get knocked out.
I'm gonna wrap this up with this. I'm gonna wrap the whole episode up with this. I say, that's your prediction. My quick prediction is that I think Jose Aldo's gonna body this man with a 1-2 like he's done previously. Boop, 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 boop. He gonna hit him in his body and in his face real quick, like boop, 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 boop. And then he gonna Peter Young be injured in the spleen, in that spleen there. And then not spleen, but the whatever it's called, kidney,
that detail?
something, right? And he gonna be like and then Peter Young try to play it off most of the fight, and Peter Young gonna slip up and just Jose's gonna knock him out. However, he knocked him out. That's what I think. But anyway, those are our predictions. That is the whole card. Kamari Usman and Jorge Masvidal is the main event. We already talked about that.
Right.
I'm just reading down everything that's on there.
So
main event.
I got Usman.
Okay.
You got Masvidal.
Yeah, I got Masvidal for now, and that was it. Because we already talked about their fight. I just want to say who I had.
Right. I was gonna probably go down. Okay, whatever.
Want to go down again?
We go down again of like who we want, who we got.
All right.
Usman.
Main event.
Usman.
Jorge.
Okay. Usman.
Featherweight co-main event. Alexander Max. Bantamweight. Peter and Jose.
Peter.
Women's strawweight. Jessica and Rose. Women flyweight. Amanda and Paige.
Amanda.
All right. That's that.
There we go. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one. Peace.